This is totally impromptu and unplanned. I was just chatting with a friend here. Let me see if I can like talk to you and look at this screen. I don't know if I can do that or not. Okay, I guess I can. Anyway, we were having a conversation, and I was telling her about hadn't chatted with her in quite a time, Facebook friend, and I was telling her how she was saying there were certain things on her bucket list she realized that she was probably not going to get to do. And what we were talking, and I was saying that, my husband's trying to work from home and establish his own, consulting firm and whatnot. And I'm really happy about that because I really like having it at home. So, but we're both home now, like all the time. And she goes, she says, I think I would go crazy to have my husband around 24/7. And yeah, it can be trying because he and I, as much as we're alike, we both have different styles of like, I get up and I fuss around. He gets up and sits up in bed and does, whatever he needs to do. We just have different styles about how we go about things. I was raised with one of those mothers where you were not allowed to sit down. My mother would find you something to do. Like, you're bored, I'll find you something to do. That closet needs cleaning. She'd send you to clean out a closet and you would come back and she'd go, you couldn't have cleaned it. It would have taken at least a good hour, it was a good hour, a good 2 hours, and, I grew up with that kind of a work ethic. So even when I'm home alone, I kind of I feel guilty if I sit for more than a minute. But she was saying about, like how you do it. And the reality of it is, and I think this is the different, when I hit 60, things started to, I started having this different view, but as I hit 61, they really began to coalesce, and at one point, I guess about 6 months ago, I was standing at this thing, doing something, and, that I always do, that has just become my job in life, and whatnot, and I thought, and I got to thinking about it, but the reality of it is it's not a pressure, it's my joy. Because on some level, I chose this. I mean, whether I made it on a conscious level, a subconscious level, a spiritual level, a karmic level, fate, I don't really know. But that's how I choose to see my life, and that I chose this. And that, I, in some manner, chose for Jack and I to be in this position where we could both be home together and be working on establishing our own careers and they now call it an encore career, but something to do when you're like, should be retired anyway. But he's much younger, and I really want to see him have well, I don't want to say the independence of being self-employed because, I think people that are self-employed are probably much more slaves to their career than somebody that's punching a clock. But I want them to have the passion. I want them to have the passion and all that goes with it. But no, really starting to look, I mean, because when you hit 40, you start to realize, okay, all that shit you thought happened to you actually kind of happened for you. And that begins to coalesce as you get on to like 50 and whatnot. But you get at this point now where like, okay, I figure well, like this, there's things on my bucket list I'd like to do, but if I don't do them, well, I would like to go to Spain. I mean, and I mean, there's a couple things I'd like to do. I don't really love to travel, and if I do travel, I prefer going somewhere where I can communicate. So that means I have to speak Spanish or English, or if I have Jack with me, then they can speak Mandarin. Um, but otherwise, like I don't like to not be able to communicate because I like to talk to people. So anyway, but seriously, at some point you just got to realize that, like, the situation I'm in today, no matter where it is, socially, familial, relationship, family, social, economic, financial, play, I chose this. I chose this. On some level, I chose to be where I am right this moment. And when you can take power in that and really, really embrace that to your core, you realize that it's not about fixing the problems that you see in life. I mean, first of all, like I keep saying, the obstacles are often nothing more than opportunities. But it's not any longer about fixing it. I don't have to fix the situation. I don't have to fix you. I don't have to fix me. I don't even have to fix the drippy faucet. It will be fixed. It will be repaired. I don't always swear. But it's about transcending what you perceive as being the problem or the issue at hand. It's not about fixing it. It's about transcending it. Why am I here with my husband 24/7? What is to be gained by this? Is this to enhance our relationship, or is it maybe to destroy our relationship? I mean, what do they call those? What are the orders? Those stay away from me orders. I know what they're called all the time. I can't think of it right now that I want to talk about. Restraining orders. I mean, hell, maybe a restraining order's in my future. You don't know what. You don't know what life has to hold for you. I mean, not only is it full of potential, it's full of possibilities and a few probabilities. And but whatever, it's like whatever it comes, you have the power to not only get over it, but if you can work your attitude properly, you can transcend it. So yeah, I mean, life is really good. It just comes down to a lot to how you want to look at it. And I only hope that if I ever do end up homeless or living in a tent, I only hope, it is my wish, that my attitude can remain the same. That I'm not going to let outside forces ever rob me of my dignity. I did that. I did that. Not, and it wasn't outside forces. It was myself. And so yeah, I have what it takes today to transcend whatever obstacles come my way, and so do you. We all have this. It just takes us a while to learn that we have it, and then we have to learn how to use it. But and that's what this whole thing is about, this whole transformation issue. Okay, we'll talk again tomorrow. Thanks.